Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for signing on this morning. My name is Melanie. I'll be leading you through our webinar today. If I could just get a quick show of hands, or if a few people can write into the chat that we are live, you guys can see me and hear me. We're good. Yes, awesome. We are seeing hands in the air. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Here we go. We'll go ahead and get started. Well, a very warm welcome to everyone. As mentioned, my name is Melanie Bednall. I am the in-market representative for Brand USA, covering both Australia and New Zealand. I hope everyone's doing well in your current situation. I know quite a few of you would be logging on from home, just like I am here in Sydney from a lockdown, and some very lucky few of you are, of course, enjoying your freedoms still. So we feel you, we're here for you. We are looking very closely at the future. And as we approach the next quarter, Brand USA are thinking about our travel agent community, and we have you in mind for a few of the things that we've got going on. So we're really seeing the light at the end of the tunnel at this point. It may not feel like it right now, but just from the information that we're gathering from our industry sources, we're really hoping that the end of the calendar year here could be our light at the end of the tunnel. So we're just asking you guys to hang on just a little bit longer. I know you've been hearing that for 18 months, but yeah, we've just been so impressed with what we've seen from the travel agent community. So just encouraging everyone to keep their chins up, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side of this year. So welcome back to everyone who's been signing on to this webinar series. If you haven't been able to see a few of the past webinars that we've run, the most recent one we did was with Chris Trudehope from I Love New York. And then prior to that was with Visit Utah with Corey Marshall. And if you haven't had a moment to review those, they are uploaded to YouTube, linked on our Facebook page, which are resources that I'll go through in a moment. So if you missed out on either of those webinars, I encourage you to please sign on and get trained up. So we're excited to be here today bringing you this webinar. As you can see, we are featuring Virginia tourism. So we're really looking forward to that. So we have got an hour long, oh, this is me. Surprise. Today's agenda will just be going for about an hour today. I'll give you a resources overview from Brand USA, and I'll also be highlighting our insider guides, which are our road trip itineraries, and we'll be going through the state of Virginia. Then I'll pass the presenter baton over to Virginia Tourism. We've got our lovely Penny Brand on the phone here today. You can see her black screen there. Penn, do you want to have a quick wave? There she is. You'll be hearing from Penn very shortly on a destination overview, and then we'll go into some question and answer time and wrapping up with a quiz. Nothing you need to download right now for the quiz. It's super easy. We'll use the platform Kahoot, which I would imagine many of you are familiar with, but even if you're not, we'll walk you through it. Super easy to go through. So you'll want to stay online for that today because there's a $200 Visa gift card up for grabs. So let's rock into some Brand USA updates for you guys. I'll start out with our key resources. If you've attended any of our webinars or maybe our in-person events in the past, some of these resources will of course sound familiar to you guys, but I would be remiss if I didn't share with you all of the tools and resources that we have available to our agents so that you're all trained up and ready for when the time comes. So the first resource is really our epicenter for everything travel agent facing, and that's our travel trade website. We really want it to be your guys' first stop whenever you have any USA inquiry or knowledge questions that your clients have brought to you. It's where you can find information and inspiration that will help you book more travel. It's where you can browse our regional and our themed itineraries. images, videos, FAQs. We've got a COVID resource page, which I'll walk you guys through. And then what's really great is we've got our destination partner info, which of course is important now more than ever. You guys are the stayers, the tried and tested. You would have so many contacts that maybe have disappeared over the last year. And what's great is that we've got that all listed in one place so you can stay in contact with those organizations, even if your particular contacts have since moved on. What's great about our travel trade website is it's where our trip planner tool is used. And it is one of my favorite tools that we have. I think I show this video every time that we present, but it just gives a great overview of this tool. It's kind of your one-stop shop for creating itineraries for your clients. There's a lot of customizable things that you can do. So I'm just gonna run a quick video that shows you how it goes. So essentially what you do is you type in some destinations that your clients have been interested in going to. You can see for this one, these clients are looking to go starting in LA and ending in New York with all of those cool places in between. They've got their dates, they know how many adults, teens, and kids, and then you can kind of customize based on how fast paced they are and how off the beaten track they like to be. And then you just get produced with this amazing itinerary with things to do, places, points of interest that you want to see, and then it's completely customizable. So if you bring it to them and they're like, oh, I'm actually not into that, then you can remove the elements, and it gives you driving distances and airport information. And then of course it's all downloadable. So you can send it straight to them. And they can keep it on their device when they're traveling, and also, of course, like print it out. So the other resource I'd love to mention is our COVID-19 travel information page. This is a new page, obviously, that was developed for the pandemic. If we are looking at borders opening towards the end of the calendar year, then we just wanted a hub for our travel agent community to go to understand if there's going to be any restrictions for particular destinations, if there's going to be vaccination passport requirements that might be different from the US point of entry. So it's a really good resource to bookmark and keep on hand. And you'll go to this, and we have each of the individual 50 states COVID-19 pages all listed in one spot, so you can kind of specifically pick where your client will be going and any specific information that they'll need for that destination itself. So our USA Discovery program, this is our official travel trade training site. I'm sure many of you are registered for this program and have a plethora of badges under your belts. But for those of you who don't know, we have an online training program that's broken out by regions. We have 60 specialist badges. So if your clients come in and they say, hey, I really want to know about Puerto Rico, and maybe you've never been yourself, you can quickly hop on, complete the module. They're short, sharp, sweet, filled with the need to know information, and then you can go back to your client confidently with that knowledge that you gained from earning that. What's great is that you, after completing the modules, you will have access to download the little badge that you can see on your screen there for New York. And then you can pop that into your email signature or onto your client's documentation, just so that they have the confidence that you know what you're talking about when you're recommending destinations in the US to them. So this next resource is a little less of a resource and a little bit more of entertainment, but it's so cool. And if you haven't had a chance to explore our Go USA TV platform, then I definitely encourage you to do so. Essentially, Brand USA created their own content platform, so very similar to how Netflix would run or any of your other streaming platforms. I know many of you, just like I have probably run through the gamut of content available to us if you're currently locked down, but there are so many different things on this platform that I find fascinating and interesting. So you can watch full episodes of TV shows. We've got documentaries. We've got our feature films. Some cool series that they have on there one is called Black Voices, which highlights African-American voices throughout the US. You can see there the National Parks Adventure, which is one of our giant screen films, and then America's Musical Journey. So really cool, short, sharp, sweet, all the way to long feature films. So the next time that you're scrolling around Netflix and you don't have anything to watch, go ahead and download our app in the App Store or Google Play Store. And yeah, a whole plethora of content right there at your fingertips. So this next resource is our Australia and New Zealand travel trade Facebook pages. These are awesome. These are just our closed private groups. It's how our team here in Sydney communicates out to the travel agent community. You'll receive updates on activity that we're running once we start events and FAMs. This is how we like to stay in touch with everyone. Obviously, with so much movement in the industry, it has been challenging to follow agents if they're changing from one agency to another. Maybe they've left the industry and they're interested in coming back. And so Facebook is kind of that evergreen way that we can stay in touch with our travel agents. So we'd love for you to hop on Facebook and request to be a part of these groups. All you need to do is search Brand USA Travel Trade New Zealand or Brand USA Travel Trade Australia and request to join, and then I will accept you to the group. And yeah, you can see all of the fun stuff that we've got going on there. It's our little community, and we'd love for you to be a part of it. So please join us. Great, so I'm just going to chat to you about our newest resource that we have available to our travel agents. And these are our insider guides. Essentially, they are road trip itineraries, but with a fancier name. So they're completely downloadable via our travel trade website. What's really cool is that a lot of these are bookable through major Australian and New Zealand wholesalers. So for instance, Qantas Holidays has many of these road trips already loaded into their system so that when you are ready to book again trips to the USA, and your client is inspired by one of these road trip itineraries, you can book it completely from woe to go with your favorite wholesaler. So I'm going to run through one of them just so you have an overview of what they look like and what your clients can come to know. So we are choosing Civil War battlegrounds. If any of you in Australia are avid Carry On readers, then you maybe would have seen this highlighted a couple weeks ago as an editorial piece. So for all your history buffs, strap in. What's cool is that we'll be going through a lot of the state of Virginia, so you can see all the things Virginia has on offer before we pass it over to Penny to give you an even more in-depth overview. So within our insider guides, the first page will always start with a map, so you know where you're going and the driving distances between each of the places. You can see here that this itinerary suggests starting in Washington, D.C. and driving about an hour and 45 minutes to Richmond, Virginia. And then you're on to Shenandoah National Park. Penn, you correct me if I've said that wrong. And then over to, did I do it? Yes, good. And then over to Gettysburg, which would be kind of the pinnacle of a road trip like this, one of the most famous Civil War battlegrounds in US history. And then it's ending back in Washington, D.C. So usually these itineraries are anchored by one of the key destinations in the US, and then they'll bring you out into the different areas that maybe your clients haven't heard of as much. So let's start in Washington, D.C. You know, the key things to do in D.C., riding a bike along the National Mall, checking out the Lincoln Memorial, heading over to the Arlington National Cemetery, kind of getting your trip started and engrossed in the U.S. history and its foundation. And then we are driving out of DC and into Virginia. It's suggested here that you check out some of the most fascinating battlefields of the Civil War. One of the things that I can highly recommend is taking a tour by tour guides and tour companies that dress in traditional Civil War garb and do a fake battle, and you can really feel like you're engrossed in that time and fully enriched in that history. So you can do all of that there in Virginia. Just so it's not all battlefields, we definitely encourage you to check out some of the national parks that Virginia has on offer. Like in Shenandoah National Park, lush forest, beautiful waterfalls, incredible views. You kind of wouldn't expect all of this to be so close to a big city like Washington, DC, but just a hop, skip, and a jump away there in Virginia. Then we will wrap up going to the cornerstone location of the Civil War, of course, Gettysburg, before heading back to DC. So like I said, this is your trip for the history buff. But of course, if that's not your bag or your client's bag, then we've got insider guides or these road trip itineraries that kind of tickle anyone's fancy. So please hop online to our travel trade website. You can click which states or which regions they're kind of having their eye on, and you can provide them with some options and then book it straight with your favorite wholesaler. So we are off to our guest presentation. So the lovely Penny Brand is going to take over control, and over to you, Pen.
Hi everybody, how are you? It is so great to have you today. So everybody's got my welcome to Virginia screen up. Just checking that that is all working before I start. Yeah, we really appreciate everyone's time. And Virginia, there is just so much to do there. It's kind of one of those little hidden states that people go to a lot more than they think they've been to. So if you have been to Washington, DC and crossed the river into and seen Arlington National Cemetery, or even flown into that destination, then you have been to Virginia. So it's centrally located along the east coast of the United States, and Virginia offers a wide range of experiences. There's rich history, serene natural beauty, a fabulous culinary scene, and outdoor activities that range from the beach to mountains. It shares the border with Washington, DC, and Virginia is home to the two main airports that service the capital. There's Washington Dulles International, IAD, as all you airport code champions will know, and also Ronald Reagan Washington DCA. So they're both there on the Virginia side and where you would fly into if you're heading to that region. It has 10 distinct regions to explore, and today we're going to have a look at why Virginia does need to be on the list for your next US holiday. Virginia's temperate climate allows for a full range of year-round outdoor activities: cycling, camping and boating, horseback riding, fishing and golfing. With 38 state parks and 21 national parks, visitors are sure to find their favourite outdoor experience here. Virginia is home to nearly 900 kilometres of the Appalachian Trail, and this is the famed hiking trail that stretches from Maine all the way down to Georgia. One of the nation's greatest treasure, Virginia's Shenandoah National Park offers scenic hiking trails that lead to unforgettable sweeping mountain views over the Shenandoah Valley. And that there is a picture of McCaffrey's Knob, which overlooks all the beautiful landscape that is there to explore. And it's also known as the birthplace of a nation. With more than 400 years of American history, iconic historic sites such as Colonial Williamsburg, Thomas Jefferson's Monticello, George Washington's Mount Vernon, and Jamestown. New World's first permanent English settlement founded in 1607. Virginia is home to 8 American presidents, and it was also the fateful site in America's battle for independence and served as a backdrop for many key battles in the American Civil War, and as I mentioned before, also home to Arlington National Cemetery, the nation's largest military cemetery located just outside of Washington, D.C. So loads of this rich, awesome history for those sort of history buffs. Also got beaches. So with over 100 kilometres of shoreline and white sandy beaches along the Atlantic Ocean and Chesapeake Bay. There's 5 kilometres boardwalk and this oceanfront area in the Virginia Beach, or laid back pace of the Eastern Shore's charming coastal towns. There's really a beach experience for everyone in Virginia. Cinque Terre Island off Virginia's eastern shore is famous for its population of wild ponies, attractions of thousands of visitors a year. And they come every year for the Cinque Terre Pony Swim, which is where the sea cowboys herd the ponies and swim them over to the mainland, where they go on sale, raising money for the volunteer firefighters who own the herd. So one of those unique, really interesting experiences. It happens in the summer every year. Virginia has a vibrant music scene with boasting a variety of genres, including bluegrass, country, folk, R&B, rock, jazz, and each year Virginia hosts many world-class music festivals. When we can do that again, and they are doing that again over there in Virginia. The star-studded Something in the Water, hosted by Virginia Beach native Pharrell Williams. And Bristol is also known as the birthplace of country music. It was home to the 1927 Bristol Sessions, the legendary recording sessions marking the beginning of this popular country music era. Popular among music lovers is the Crooked River Road, Virginia's heritage music trail, and it's a driving trail through the Southwest Virginia, taking visitors through some of the country's most scenic and culturally unique areas. So really worth exploring where that all came from. And Bristol being the hometown of this, and that does straddle the border there with Tennessee. So a fabulous little place for all those music lovers. But if you're like me and certainly surviving through this crazy sort of lockdown years that we've had here over the COVID world, it is also a home of wine. And it's actually the birthplace of American wine. And Virginia's wine history dates back to the days of Thomas Jefferson, and one of the top producers in the United States. Virginia is home to more than 300 wineries and offers award-winning wines to be enjoyed, right from the stunning tasting rooms of the Eastern Shore all the way down to the Blue Ridge Mountains. So hands up for wine. It's certainly fabulous to explore that there in Virginia. And if you're not a wine lover, there is also an amazing craft beer scene. And it's also got over 300 craft breweries and offers this unforgettable beer experience for visitors to enjoy. Virginia's capital of Richmond is home to more than 30 craft breweries along the Richmond Beer Trail, and has recently been recognised as one of the top beer destinations in America. Visitors can sample local flavours in the nearly 40 craft breweries along Northern Virginia's Loco Ale Trail, and that is just few kilometres from DC. So if you do have DC on that itinerary, it's so easy to head across and explore some of those wonderful things just across the river that Virginia's got on offer. So if you happen to be a seafood lover like myself, Virginia is recently become known as the oyster capital of the East Coast. Now, it has over 8 distinctive oyster regions. Well, it doesn't have over, it does have 8 distinctive oyster regions. And each region has its own unique flavour. Some are more salty, some are more briny, creamy, all these different distinguishing features for the oyster lover. And Virginia's Oyster Trail links each of Virginia's oyster regions with producers, farmers, and restaurants in the Virginia Bay and river towns for this authentic oyster tourism experience. Virginia's oysters grow in the Atlantic Oceans and the world famous Chesapeake Bay. And visitors can eat oysters like true Virginians year round, thanks to the numerous festivals and abundance of restaurants offering fresh Virginia oysters. And when you're on the eating path, it's also the culinary scene, and food is one of the best ways to experience Virginia. It's known as the birthplace of American cuisine and was America's first food region, dating back to the days of Jamestown. So Virginia offers culinary delights for every palate, and many cities and towns across the state are consistently being recognised for their emerging culinary scenes, including Richmond, Alexandria, and Charlottesville. The Little Inn in Little Washington was awarded the prestigious distinction of 3 Michelin stars and has also been rated by TripAdvisor as a best restaurant in the USA and in the top 12 in the whole world. So for those huge lovers, certainly something to put on your foodie list. Also, with this, they're famous for their golf with over 200 public golf courses, and it offers an exceptional year-round golfing experience for all those fans. Williamsburg region has been named one of the best golf destinations in the world, with courses such as the Golden Horseshoe Golf Club ranked in the top 100 golf courses in America. And also, don't forget the shopping when you're on that little trip. So from world-class malls to boutiques lining the streets of charming little small towns, Virginia really offers, a great range of shopping experiences. Northern Virginia is just minutes from Washington, DC, is home to 2 outlet malls, and we know that us Aussies and Kiwis love our outlet malls. It's also got the quaint little shopping malls along Old Town, Alexandria, and some of the largest malls in the US. So something for everybody when they get to Virginia. So everybody, my name's Penny. I am the account manager here based out of Sydney. So I'm here to help you sort of explore anything that you do need information on Virginia, and something to go out there and really, a lot more than meets the eye. And I think that's what we're finding right now. We've got plenty of time to learn. That next trip away is going to be extra long, and I really can't wait to take some of you agents out on an awesome fam trip as well. So that brings me to the little end of my short snippet of Virginia, and I'm going to get Mel back. There she is. Hi, Mel.
Thanks, Pen. That was awesome.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. I'm going to go back and take control so you can all see my screen. And we are going to pop into some question time. So Pen, I did see one pop into the chat there. I think someone was curious which beach that was.
Oh, that was Virginia Beach.
That was Virginia Beach. Very cool.
Yeah, so it's a real lively, sort of awesome spot down there in the south. And one interesting thing is the weather is really mild there. The way it's sort of in the middle of America, it doesn't get the real cold from the north, and it doesn't get, you know, that boiling hot from the south.
So good. Any other questions? Now's the time. Go ahead and pop it into the chat box.
I am going to mention one more thing because I don't know if anybody's a Dirty Dancing fan like me, but that was where it was filmed. So when you see the Dirty Dancing house, that is actually in Virginia. So I hope to be taking a fam next year for our Dirty Dancing time of your life. Let's get out of Australia and explore the world again.
Oh my gosh, you guys need to do like a class and do like the lift. One gets lifted.
Oh, don't tempt me.
I'm into it. Yeah, I'm totally into it.
Oh, Anita, it's one of her favorite movies too.
Cool. So if you think of any other questions, continue to pop them into the chat box there. But let's move on to our quiz portion of the evening, the morning. So we are going to run this quiz on a platform called Kahoot. It's really easy. You can either run it from your mobile device, or you can open up another page in your web browser and have this Zoom running concurrently with it. So everyone, if you can please go to www.kahoot.it. And then you'll go ahead and enter the PIN there on the screen, 2876996. I'm going to go ahead and do it with you. Then you will pop in your name. And we will be waiting for everyone to go in there. Pen, I see another question. What was the name of the restaurant with raving reviews?
The Inn in Little Washington. Yeah, so yeah, it's first that, well, TripAdvisor puts it as #1 in all of America. It's 3 Michelin stars, and we all know how hard they are to get. And also, yeah, it's #12 in the world. So it's probably not that easy to get a reservation, but certainly one of those bucket list restaurants that is on mine.
Cool. So I'm seeing everyone popping in. Looks like there was about 113 of us on the call today, and 85 of you have put your nicknames in. So we've got 20 more seconds to get in. The last 30 people or so. Are you going to play, Pen?
I'm in.
You better be putting in fake answers because you can't win.
I won't win.
That's all right. All good. So just give a little overview about how this platform works for those of you who aren't familiar. So a question is going to pop up on the screen. You will have 30 seconds to answer. Kahoot is a game of both speed and skill. So it's not just enough to get the answer right. You got to be the fastest finger as well. In between each question, we'll get a leaderboard update. So we'll be able to see who's in the lead and who's gaining ground. So it's a bit of a horse race watching all the way to the end. So we encourage you to stay in the running. We will start with a practice question. It's super easy, just to give you a feel for it. And then we'll pop into 4 Brand USA questions. And then Penny will do 5 questions from Virginia. All right, 93, 94 of you. That's going to be good enough. Let's get going. Okay. Here we go. So you'll answer straight on your second device or in your other browser. First question, practice question. Which US coast is Virginia situated on? Is it on the West Coast, the East Coast, the South Coast, or the North Coast? don't have much of a north coast, so I'll give you a hint that it's not that. All right, so 87 of you have answered, 89. 3 seconds to go. Very good. All right. It's on the East Coast. There you go. 79 of you got that one correct. Boom. That's
just
me.
to prove that I'm not playing.
Yeah, me too. I put the All right. We are going to see a little bit of a leaderboard. Looks like Poppy, you had fastest finger on that one. Matt and Jade weren't far behind. Let's see if I can move my little box here so we can see scores. Great. Okay, the fun begins. Let's go. First real question from Brand USA coming at you. What kind of content can you find on Brand USA's streaming platform, Go USA TV? Documentaries, giant screen films, feature-length films, or all of the above? "88 of you are in, waiting on those last few to come through. 10 seconds. Can you hear the little music that's playing, Ken? No, okay, I'll just dance to myself then. It's all good. All right, 86 of you correct. Very, very good. All of the above, you can find all of that content on Go USA TV. Okay, who's in the lead? Poppy, 1952, SS, not too far behind. All right, let's go. Brand USA's Insider Guide promote which of the following? Are they destination guides of 52 states, 5 territories, and the District of Columbia? Are they about only our US entry point destinations? Are they self-drive itineraries to, through, and beyond the gateways? Or are they US, Canada, and Mexico road trips? 5 seconds to go. All right. They are our self-drive itineraries. Very good. 38 of you. Leaderboard coming at ya.
It was a sneaky one.
Be at the top. Very good. All right. Looks like we've got some players coming up behind her that we haven't seen before. Erica, Wombat. I'm assuming you're currently in Auckland. No, I'm kidding. All right, number 3, where can you earn specialist badges that show clients that they can confidently book their USA holiday with you? Is it our global marketplace? Is it Visit the USA? Is it our USA Discovery program, or with our insider guides? Nearly everyone's got their answer in. 15 seconds to go. I keep forgetting to put my answers in, so I'm probably holding up. Sorry. Okay, 2 seconds. There we go. Yes, our USA Discovery program. Very good. 73 of you. Who's got it going? Wombat climbing up 1 spot. Coming at your heels, Poppy, watch out. Okay, Brand USA's travel trade website includes which of the following resources? Are they our destination overviews, our insider guides, our visa entry policies, or all of the above? "15 seconds to go. 87 of you are in. I think we're waiting on a few more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, and all of the above answer. 84 of you. Super. All right, who's up? Ooh, Poppy. We lost you, doll. Wombat, followed by Corey, Erica, Andy G, and Lisa M. Nikki P, up 5 places, highest climber. Well done, doll. All right. I think we're popping over to our Virginia questions, Pen.
How many distinct regions are in Virginia? Is it 20, 10, 52, or 5? How many distinct regions?
So,
made it nice and easy for the
I
count.
was going to say, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but it's all about speed too, isn't it? And this way everyone remembers Virginia.
Okay, we are out of this question.
And the winner
52
is
of you.
10. Perfect.
Well done.
All right, how are we going? Oh,
We lost you on that.
Stace is
Andy
coming
G.
up. Andy G, hot in the tails, and M Summers is not too far behind.
Eric has stayed in the running for a lot of those questions. Here we go.
What city in Virginia is considered the birthplace of country music? Is it Richmond, Arlington, Nashville, or Bristol? The birthplace of country music. Famous for those sessions where they recorded all that cool music. Couple more to go.
Waiting on, I think, 3 or 4 more people to enter their answers.
Probably me.
Probably you, Penny. Very good.
And that is Bristol. The Bristol sessions were the famous ones that got country music. And Stace is up there. M Summers, Erica, GL, and Sandy B.
Well done.
Virginia is home to how many US presidents? 12, 3, 8, or 7? The birthplace of how many US presidents?
Is that Mount Vernon, that picture? That's
It is, yes.
George Washington's house.
George Washington's.
That's my 5th grade US history knowledge coming back from my history.
Perfect. I'll give you an A+. All right. And it is 8 US presidents. I wonder how we're going for that leaderboard. Oh, M Summers has come up there. Stacey is hot on the heels. And we've got GL, Sandy B. And how many oyster regions are in Virginia? So either 8, 15, 6, or 12.
I love it.
All right, most of those answers are coming in there. This was a little bit of well, not really a trick one, but there's some similarities with the last one.
How good does like an oyster session sound right now?
Oh, you know, just sitting right on the Chesapeake Bay, oysters, champagne. And it is 8. Yes, that was the trick. That was exactly the same as the US presidents. All right. Oh, staying strong there, M Summers. Stace's coming up. Sandy B, Sam, and Steph D.
Lots of S's.
All right, now for the last one. Virginia is the birthplace of American wine, a nation, country music, or all of the above. Bit of an easy one to end for everybody.
What is the E? Is that, oh, it's like a railroad track.
Yeah. So Virginia has all these amazing love signs all the way around it. Their motto is Virginia is for lovers, and that is lovers of life, oysters, wine, you name it. And there we go. And we got 60, got that right, because it is the birthplace of everything in America. Or pretty much.
All right. Steph D coming in for the bronze. Silver goes to Sandy B. Did she hold on to it?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Stace. Yeah, girl. Well done. I'm assuming you're a girl. Sorry, I shouldn't. So good. Congratulations to Stace. You are the winner of our $200 Visa gift card. Stace, if you don't mind, please popping your email address in a private chat to myself. But I'll go ahead and also put my email address on the screen for you and for everyone as well. If you have any follow-up questions from today, we are available and we would love to chat to you. Tomorrow in your inboxes, you'll be receiving a follow-up communication from us that will have links to the various resources that we spoke about today. So if you weren't able to jot them down, those will come delivered straight to your inbox. We'll also be linking linking the recording of this webinar in that as well. That will go up to our YouTube page. And so if you'd like to share it with any of your colleagues, we encourage you to do that. But that's it for us. Many thanks for signing on today. We'd love for you guys to sign on to our next one. We don't have the date or destination for that one just yet, but I'm assuming it will be end of October. We're kind of running them every 6 weeks or so. So be on the lookout for that. And everyone, you have a great day. See ya.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.